Good morning, Fiber Arts. Today we're going to start sewing all of the pieces together so that our cell phone case will start to actually look like a cell phone case. So here are the things that you're going to need to work today. You're going to need your cell phone pieces. You need the long one with the pocket already kind of tacked on there so that it's not going to move around on you while you're sewing. And you're going to need the front piece. And the front piece was the one that we sewed the little band over. This will work like a flap. So when you fold this over, you've got a place to tuck that so that it won't move around on you. It's going to look like that. All right. So you'll need those pieces. You have embroidery thread. That's what we're going to work with, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. You're going to need your needle and a pair of scissors or something to snip thread with. All right. Your embroidery thread is kind of thick. That's a lot of single strands all wound together, and it's a little too thick, and you would have trouble sewing through all of these layers of felt with something that thick. So you're going to need to take this apart, pull out 1 to 2 strands, and twist that out so that you have a single thread. All right. Now, as far as the length of this goes, this needs to be a little longer than normal. So measure this out from your fingertip to all the way up to your shoulder this time. So that's going to be a much longer piece of thread. Right. Then go ahead and thread your needle. And we're going to double thread it. All right, and you can see that. And go ahead and knot it at the end. Double knot it if you can. You want that knot to be pretty thick if you can. All right, so now we're ready to sew. So here's how you take your pieces. All right, so we have our longer piece with our pocket. There's your applique, and there's the front piece with the little band. And we're actually going to place these so that they face each other. So with the long side on the table, pocket facing up, you're going to take the front piece with your band, you're going to fold it over so that those things face each other. All right. If you have some pins at home, I know some of you gave those back to me, but if you have pins at home, it'd be a good idea to have a pin in place, maybe at the top and the bottom, just to kind of hold these things in place. And as we're sewing, we want to make sure that we go through all of these layers. All right, can you guys see that? That's a lot of felt to have to go through. All right, so making sure all of those pieces are as even as I can get them. All right, we're actually going to start in the corner. I'm going to start right here just because it's easier to show you guys. Kind of sandwiching all of those together. And I'm going to run my needle through. And I want to try to stay real close to the edge. And then run my needle through. And the knot will catch right there. All right, I'm flipping that over so you guys can see. And then I want reasonably small stitches, maybe about 1/4 of an inch long. Pull that through. And I'm using white thread on this so that you guys can kind of see how to do that, so it'll show up. Then I want to pull my needle in the bottom. I want that to come out about where that stitch ended. Pull it, give it some tension there. And the next one. guys can see those stitches. Try to keep your stitches uniform. That means spaced evenly. You want them all at the same length. You want to keep them the same distance from the edge. I'll do a few more here so you guys can see. And as you're pushing your needle through, be careful that you don't poke your fingers on the other side. Couple more, that way I can show you guys what it'll look like when we turn this inside out, or right side out. That should do it. All right, so I've got a row of stitches right there, right? So we're going to do this on 3 sides. All right, this way. Along the left side, down the bottom, and up the right side, and stop right there at that where your fabric on the back piece stops. Right, then we'll pull these right side out, right, just to show you. And that's what that should look like. Right, once we pull that inside out, we'll have all those stitches won't be visible. Right, so for Monday and Tuesday, what you guys need to make sure that you've done. We're shown how to make a tassel. One of the requirements for your cell phone case is an embellishment of some type, and those tassels meet that requirement. If you don't like yours, we can always come up with something else. We're going to talk a little bit about beading too. Your band, and you should need to have that sewn on there. Of course, our appliques are all done, and then we want to try to have this sewn together so that next week we can finish these off. So while you're off for the weekend, be thinking about what kind of strap that you want. You've got a couple of options. You can do a shoulder strap, or like a crossbody strap, or you can make a wristlet, and you guys know what wristlets are. Right? That's it for today, guys. So have fun sewing. Stay safe and stay warm, and hopefully, if it doesn't snow anymore, I will see you guys next week. Bye.